Hey guys, it's Lion here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, today we are going to be doing our monthly ramble for the month of July, and I wanted to talk about burnout for hobbies, and then I also wanted to talk about the fact that buying and collecting are different hobbies. Now, this is kind of a multi-layered kind of thing, but I think it's important because I've been burnt out on reading the last couple months, but I have not been burnt out on buying stuff, and so my TBR pile grows and grows and grows, and this might actually negatively affect my reading kind of hobby, right? So, before we begin, though, I do want to thank all of you, and I think I will probably be thanking everyone in my videos that I record this month for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers. I really, really do appreciate it. I will have a giveaway to celebrate this milestone later on in the month. I'm hoping to do it around the 20th, I think is when I'm going to do it, assuming that I get the book that I'm waiting on from a publisher. And if that happens, I will do a video. It'll be as simple as I can make the giveaway. I don't want to make something where you have to jump through 20 hoops. I think it'll probably be a watch the video, subscribe, leave a comment, and follow me on either Twitter or on Instagram, probably on Instagram, so that I can contact you. And that'll probably be the only way that I make this giveaway work. And of course, I have to be over 18 because I have to ask you for your information and stuff like that. So I hope that pays off. I am slowly building up a little bit of a pile of books, maybe 7 or 8 books, I think, total. Actually, let me count them. There's 6 books there. I'm waiting for one more, and I have another one that I want to give out. And I may or may not buy one more extra one to add into the pile in order to kind of give a meaningful kind of bit of books for the giveaway, right? So, yeah, hopefully that works out well, and that is something that you guys enjoy. And I also wanted to say that I do have a coffee and an Amazon wishlist. This month is my birthday, so I am putting the wishlist up for this month. I probably will take it off in August, or maybe not. It really depends on kind of how it goes. I haven't really thought about it, but if you're interested in supporting me by buying me a book or by leaving me a tip on coffee or something, please do so. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. However, I'm not going to continue to plug myself like this throughout the rest of my YouTube career. It's probably only going to be for this month in order to kind of celebrate the fact that we are at 1,000 subscribers. I feel like a serious YouTuber now, and serious YouTubers have ways of making revenue or kind of having viewers connect with them via giving them stuff, right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. I haven't really thought about it all that much. I haven't really decided how I feel about it yet. I might actually end up looking back on all of this and being like, dude, why did you even ask people to send you stuff? It's weird, right? Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll be like, oh, this is awesome. I haven't really thought about it all that much. So I will probably end up changing my mind later on and kind of being upset that I did it. But there you go. So thank you. There's a coffee. There's an Amazon wishlist down below. Feel free to interact with all of that information however you wish. And thank you guys very much in advance. And thank you very much, post the fact that we got to 1,000 subscribers. So let's get into the Ramble video here. Burnout for hobbies. It happens to the best of us. It happens for a variety of reasons. And it happens at different levels. Technically, I have like 10 hobbies, but they all basically function the same way. It is a solitary type of hobby. It is a buy. It is a collect. It is a use type of hobby, or all of them are. So they are buying. They have a buying phase, they have a collecting phase, and they have a using phase, right? So technically, I guess that's everything. Most hobbies are like that too. But I guess not all of them. So yeah, and I have quite a few of them. I like manga, I like novels, movies, anime. What was I saying? Gunpla figures, like anime figures, Legos. Did I mention fountain pens yet? I don't remember. And colored books and stuff like that, right? So, like 10 hobbies are all more or less the same. And when I'm referring to burnout, I talk about the last couple months where I've basically been unable to read as much as I feel like, or as much as I wish I could have read, because I've been feeling burnt out on the activity of reading in general, mostly because I had a very stressful time with my exams and with finals, and just the final month or two of school. And so it kind of really kills my desire to read, because to study, I basically spend most of the time looking at a screen that has a bunch of letters on it all day for days on end, and it kind of annoys me to have to do that as my hobby in order to try to get away from that stuff. Like, I'm not explaining it right, I guess, but basically, I don't like that I'm doing this, this thing on end ad nauseum, and it's almost exactly the same as the thing that I do for fun. And so it makes me kind of lose interest or lose the drive to read. And so it makes it a lot less enjoyable, and so I was burnt out from reading. However, I was not burnt out from buying and collecting stuff, so that's why my piles of hauls were still getting quite large, even though I wasn't really reading as much the last couple months. However, I do feel like I'm getting better. I am kind of getting past that kind of slump, that kind of burnout aspect, the reading slump, and so I am kind of feeling better about it. And so I think that partially it's good that buying things and collecting them, like collecting things, is a different hobby or a different aspect of the hobby than reading them, because it allows me to still connect with the things that I really love without having to actually engage with them, if that makes sense. However, at the same time, the inverse is also a problem, because I am collecting, and these giant piles of TBR, of my TBR are kind of developing, and because I'm burnt out, I'm not having the ability to trim them down again, and so it's causing me a different type of issue. And now, even though I'm not really burnt out anymore, I am kind of paralyzed by choice, if that makes sense, by the largeness of my choices. Because if you guys saw my TBR video this month, basically I'm not really making myself a very solid, realistic TBR. Like, it's not like me forcing myself to finish all of these books, or me planning my best to make sure that I finish these books. It's more of a, here's all the stuff that I want to look at this month, ignore all the other stuff right here. However, this pile is still quite large. It's about 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, like 30 books, right? And so when I look at this pile to try to pick something to read, I feel kind of like unsure. I don't want to engage with this pile because it feels so big, right? And this is a problem that's going to probably persist for a while. And so I have to be a little bit more strict with myself about making sure that I pick one up, because once I pick up a book and I get kind of invested in the aspect of flipping pages and reading, I'll get back into the groove and I'll pick up 1 or 2 more books. But the difficulty of taking that first step makes it really rough for me to kind of finish getting out of my reading slump. And so mostly this video is to kind of highlight my personal struggles currently, which are maybe not really important. I mean, broadly speaking, this is a pretty non-issue, but it is one that I'm struggling with, in the sense that I want to go about doing things this way, but because of my emotional state, I am not able to do so, and that causes me more fluctuation in my emotional state. but not so in a way that is dangerous or radically impactful. It is just kind of like an annoyance, right? However, I think that it's one that a lot of us struggle through, and one that kind of feels maybe out of proportion or ridiculous to a lot of us. And so this video is more of like, hey, I'm struggling with this type of nonsense things too. It's okay. You're fine. Relax. Enjoy. Maybe switch off to a different hobby for a while, which I've been kind of doing by focusing on comic books a lot lately. Yes, technically comic books and manga are exactly the same thing. They're the same medium. However, their storytelling, the way they're collected, the way they feel in my hand, the way they look is quite different. And so even though they are technically the same thing, I can engage with them, and my sense of self or the way that I interact with things feels different. And so it is kind of interesting that I can kind of use comic books to get away from the struggle that I'm facing with manga so that I can come back to manga more interested in it, right? And so it's good. I recommend you guys find a different hobby that you're also interested in, that you're also kind of at the same level as you are with manga, and kind of focus on that one for a while and just relax and don't worry too much. I mean, if you're kind of someone like me that kind of likes to plan their hobby quite a lot, you might be struggling with the fact that, hey, I'm not achieving any of these plans, but it's okay. It's not that serious. Relax. It's fine. Don't take it too hard. Just enjoy what you're doing. Step away from whatever's causing you the struggle right now, and come back to it later, and maybe you'll get a better appreciation for it. Maybe you'll decide that, hey, maybe this hobby is not good for me at the level that I'm at in it right now. Maybe I need to scale it back, or maybe I need to go deeper in. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I hope that everyone has a fun time with their hobby, and that if you experience burnout, that you don't worry too much about it. And if you're someone that does one aspect or the other, in terms of collecting, specifically for manga, like if you're someone that only collects but doesn't read, or someone that only reads but doesn't collect, maybe try doing the other one for a bit, and maybe become more holistic in your approach to this community, this hobby, and hopefully find something meaningful in it and something enjoyable in it. And I think that's basically all I have to say. This is more or less a video that I wanted to have seen when I was really into my reading club back in like early June, late May. And so I'm making it for myself so that when I ever feel like this again, I'll come back and watch this, and I'll be able to kind of talk myself out of my problems, if that makes sense. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down below. Let me know how you feel about burnout and how you deal with it on your own. And thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.